Yo, what is going on, everybody? Here we are, our favorite time of the year when it comes to football, the NFL draft. So we went through the free agency recap last time. This time, we're just going to get into it in draft. We've got two top five picks, and we're looking to really upgrade this team. So we're going to pause the draft here. Definitely going to look into our selection and see who we want to pick. Now, the thing is, at the top of this board, there's some good players like defense tackles, receivers, outside linebacker, a couple quarterbacks up here. And the guy I really want is Reed Winslow, I believe. And I'm going to look at my draft board. I only added him because he was the number one quarterback we wanted. I thought about Harrell here for a little bit. 5.71, 6'4", A+ throw power, but I don't think the throw power is going to make that big of an impact here for Winslow. And I like the size, I like the height, I like the draft grade, and the accuracies are phenomenal. I think he'll come in and be a star away. So I'm not even going to beat around the bush. We're taking the 6'6", 21-year-old quarterback out of Pittsburgh. So Reed Winslow is the pick. He's got star development, 78 overall. They say he's 17th in true talent. But, look at those accuracies. Awareness is good. The only thing, the break sack speed, not there. But honestly, I'm not worried. I think he's the quarterback we needed in this draft. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at some next picks here. And we picked here in a couple picks as the top guy goes next. And he was an 80 overall defensive tackle. Wrong button. So the next thing is what do we do next with our next pick coming up? As we're on the clock again, I do want to look at these trade down offers because we did trade away our second round pick, and for Chicago's or even Tennessee here, we can trade back and we'll get their first and their second round pick this year and their fifth. As we're looking around, so we're not just going to give you our pick, Seattle. That's just stupid. Let's continue looking. Dallas. Nope. So I honestly think we're going to take the Titans pick here, but let's look at the players available still. There's a quarterback. The top outside linebacker was taken, so I'm not really worried about that. Top outside linebacker is taken, so I'm no longer looking there. I am looking at a safety here, so Deontay Grant, who I really like, mid-second round pick. They got him at 11th on the board. He might fall a couple, depending what happens. And if not, Ezekiel here is really good as an outside linebacker. We can use some help at. As you can see, I'm mostly scouted first-round corners. Here's another good safety. That's later in the draft. And we got some second-round guys. Savage here, not terrible, but not a really good speed. So, and we got a right guard, middle linebacker. So honestly, I think we're going to do the trade back. We're going to hope Deontay Gink falls, because I would love for him to be our pick. I just think it's a little too early to take him, and it's never too early to take him. We traded up for the quarterback. We knew we wanted a quarterback, and we need a quarterback, so we're going to trade away this pick. I want Tennessee's because it'll give us a second round and a fifth, which I think will help us out this year. So we accept the trade offer. We fall back to now 18, and we're going to continue moving on as Norwood goes off the board. Clifford Knight, there goes the first corner, and he was a really good one. The right tackle goes, wide receiver goes, the center goes, the right outside linebacker. A free safety goes above Gint, and they still haven't taken him. I expect him to go off the board here soon. If he falls a couple more, there he goes to the Falcons. He was an 80 overall. I knew he was an absolute star. Cash goes off the board, and another right tackle. So we're back on here. Let's see if there's anybody here we want to take with this current pick. Let's look at our scouted players. I looked at all the quarterbacks, and I wasn't super sold. Free safety Cooks here doesn't look bad. Good man coverage. Not seeing any zone, but that might not be too bad. We can move some players around in the secondary. Yeah, strong safety here in the second round. Savage, I wasn't super huge on. I really might be looking at Tre'Davious Marshall here. As I know we have a good inside man already. We got a speed rushing right end. The right ends I wasn't super impressed with. I think we could get a good receiver down here in the late second round. So, and I know we need another blocker. So honestly, I think I'm going to go with this middle linebacker. I mean, he's a second round pick and mid-second rounder. We can look to trade one more time. I'm only allowed to do 3 trades in the draft and only 2 trades for future picks. So they just want to move up a little. Nothing here. I'm not just going to. So seeing how there's not really a pick I like, I think I'm just going to go with the middle linebacker. I know it's slightly early, but I really like his skill set, and I think he has what it takes to be our starting linebacker. Is like there's not great talent here at safeties anymore. The corners were terrible this year, but yeah, I really think he's just a top guy. He's a field general. He's got that Z minus. Great speed, great combine. You just can't pass on a talent like this. And he is the 15th in talent, 21 years old, 6'3", 79 overall. I think we're really improving the team. Look at the speed, the awareness, the play recognition, the acceleration, the zone coverage, the strength. I think we have a really good player here for the future, and I'm really happy with that pick. So we're going to continue moving on, and we've got our second round pick is in the middle here. There's a couple. Ezekiel I like. He was a 79 overall also. But I just like that better. Cooks, who I thought about taking, was a 74. And yeah, I think after that top safety, which I should have made a move for him. Savage is 77 and goes, like, see, he was a second round pick, and he goes here in the first. But he's really solid, and this does not look like it's a really good class, as there's just not a lot of higher rated players going off the board besides like maybe some of those top guys. Woods goes off. He was really good, 80 overall. Running back class looks better than I thought it was. I thought this running back class was kind of weak. And there goes the left guard. I know we need to improve our O-line and get another guard, so I think I did a very poor job setting up this draft as far as like draft wars, who I really want. I just knew I wanted a quarterback, and that was like my main focus. So let's see who's on the board who we might want to take here in the second round. So all these quarterbacks are still here. No one took a quarterback, which is fine, but I'm glad we got our guy. No good running backs. We got a pretty solid receiver here. 4.4 speed, short route, catching traffic and catching. I like those abilities. And he's only 22. Got a 23-year-old. I think he's just too slow. We're looking at more just receivers here in the offensive line. Just does not look all that antagonizing either. A power rushing guy there. Let's see this guy, 4.55. We're not super impressed. We're probably going to be picking up Hunman here. I probably won't go there. So I think early 4th round, or maybe in our 3rd round pick, we'll try to snag a Norman for our left guard. But as of now, and that's one more, I want to check this right tackle. Yeah, I think we'll go. We really want Norman Hansen there. But I think for here, the 2nd round pick, the receiver here is just the way to go. All these quarterbacks are going to fall. And George Charles, who seems to be the best player, great catching, good catching traffic, good route running, decent speed, should be a pretty well-rounded player. And overall, we got a 75. It says we reached. We picked him one ahead of what he should go. But I'm not worried. 91 speed, 84 catching, good short, decent medium, good catching traffic. I think we got a really good, solid player here that might get some playing time this year. So next, we got an early 3rd round pick. And honestly, I'm looking at the Norman, the center, to move him to left guard. I just think that's our best bet. We're going to kind of stroll right along. Yeah, there's just not a lot of like super high-rated players, it looks like, in this draft. So kind of a weak draft, but I'm happy. There goes another quarterback from Penn State. Hansen goes off the board. I definitely want to check out all the quarterbacks as we're going to pick our player here. Once again, the quarterbacks just all seem to fall in Madden after like the first year or two. They all just get good enough where you're not worried. Harrell's still here, who I almost considered picking. So scouted, and honestly, we're just gonna really like Hudson, but he's a late third round. If he's there early fourth, we will definitely take him. I just don't want to miss out on Hansen here, who has decent pass blocking. He's definitely a pass protector from Wisconsin, 22 years old. He might fit at center. We might bump our last year left guard as a 77 overall quick. We got him at 27th in true talent, and we pick him up at number 68. And yeah, run block. I mean, not bad, but really good pass blocker. Happy with the pick. Definitely improving our offense. So now we just gotta hope. What was his name? Or the strong safety we wanted. He's a pretty big guy too. Hudson. I mean, he's the third strong safety on the board. And I mean, if you look at his abilities, what is Devan? If he's there, we might take him if Hudson gets picked up. Or even down here as a later pick, Tron Kemp is not a bad option. Follow along with Corey Rose. So we're going to look for Hudson and make sure he does not go off the board. And as the tight end goes, there's another quarterback. Roman's a 77. So as of now, it looks like we got the best quarterback, but we still have yet to see a couple guys go. Kevin Harrell to the Jets, the other guy we wanted. He goes to a division rival with a backup here in the third round. So we'll definitely have to check him out. Hudson went to, I think that was the Buccaneers. So we'll definitely have to look at him. Barry East goes. Audric. See, the quarterbacks are solid. It's just the classes are getting so... The quarterbacks in the league are getting so good. The class is not going to have an immediate impact. So the good thing about that is we might be able to get... And Mendoza goes to the Bills. Another backup quarterback here in our division, maybe a starter. But with that being said, our quarterback, who we took, has a really high possibility of getting Rookie of the Year because he's going to be our starter. There's no question about it. So Hudson went off the board already, and there was a couple other we might have been interested in as safeties. Receiver, we still got some decent players here on the boards. I don't think they're anything spectacular. We got our offensive lineman here. 4-6 is just not helping. Kemp might be the guy. Twan Kemp as a 4th round pick. We also had Corey Ross, who has good zone coverage, a little bit faster, but as a strong safety, I prefer Kemp. Let's look at here. Use this a corner. Quadarius Perkins definitely fits more as a safety. Yeah, I think we're just going to go Kemp and address our needs right now, just to kind of fill out the roster. I feel like Kemp he's solid. I mean, he's going to have like 84 or 85 speed, which is decent for a strong safety, and he's a great tackler. Don't know zone coverage, which kind of scares me, but I think Kemp over Rose is better, and I definitely think he's better than Devan. I definitely want to see where he goes because I think he'll be a decent player, just very raw. So we take Kemp. He's a 63rd in true talent. We drafted him at 100 exactly. 74 overall, 85 speed, like I said, it's 80-45. His zone coverage is pretty terrible, but he's a big hitter. He's like a box safety. Which, with our new coach coming in, we don't know what kind of defensive scheme he's going to be running. And hopefully it's not something too terrible. We did pick up an extra 4th here. That was a 5th that we picked up in that Tennessee trade. I have not seen Devan go. Malcolm Steele, we get Williams, Still. And we are on the clock again. So let's look at our scouted players. I don't think these receivers are going to make an impact for us. Offensive lineman, no, I don't think he's got the talent. Lloyd is a no. I'm saying no here. Rose is still here, who I'm not sold on Rose. Eric Ali, no. Honestly, I might be looking at Kirkland Carrington. He's got good finesse moves, decent speed, okay strength. We have a power rusher here who's way slower, better strength. Yeah, I still might be looking at Carrington. So unless we can find something better, definitely not there. This isn't bad, but he's going to be like a backup. I'm not a fan of that. Devon Devane, I just think it's too early to take him. We need to address more issues. A wide receiver here, 4.61, too slow at 5.9. Gotta get some speed. Or do we? I mean, we could still take Lucas, Malachi, and Carrington up there. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we'll take. There's Malachi's a 5th round pick. And I like Kirkland Carrington here. So we'll take 2, get some younger pass rushers, and try to improve. Let's see. We get a 76 overall, 35 in true talent, normal development, 82 speed, 74 strength, 81 finesse move. So definitely just a straight finesse rusher. And we have a 5th round pick. I don't think we have a 6th. And we'll just have to see where Rose goes to the Cardinals as a 75 overall. I don't know if he is better or worse than our safety that we took. Ollie Powell goes 76. St. Clair goes. So yeah, just not sold on any of these players right now, as we're getting closer to our next pick. And we will make a selection here. Pick a player. So if Malachi is still there, which I'm pretty sure he is. So now it becomes, do we want Devon Devane, or do we take Malachi? Late 5th rounder and late 5th rounder. So we have, we got quite a few 5ths here. I definitely think if we take Malachi first, and then take Devon. So I think that's what we're going to do. We'll take Malachi, and then we'll trade up with both of our 5ths, and maybe try to get back-to-back picks here to take the 2 guys we want. So we'll come down here and take Malachi. Lucas Malachi is the selection. 76 overall, 39 in true talent, so pretty much the same overall as the last defensive rusher. A little bit, I think he has more upside. He's 81 speed, 78 strength, 84 finesse move. His power is terrible, and his block setting is not great. So another finesse rusher, but with some really good abilities. And then we're going to try to trade up to this 5th round pick. It's the 5th round. You should pretty much accept it. They take it, and we get back-to-back picks, and we still have one more pick here in the 5th round, and I don't see us trading back up. And we'll look and see if there's anybody we might want here. Devon Devane, I think he's gonna be like a 68, 69 overall. I still want to take him because that speed intrigues me, along with his size. I just know he's not going to be great in coverage starting out. So 68, 69, like I thought. Says we definitely reached 181 true talent. Took him at 133, 88 speed, 73 as well, which isn't bad starting out. And pretty good tackling pursuit. And not a bad pick, not a great pick. Definitely a development guy, which I haven't had terrible luck doing. So we have one more pick here in the 5th round. And when we get there, we'll take a look and see if there's anybody we want left, which I highly doubt it. This draft just doesn't seem all that great. So let's look and see who's all available on the board, or more of who we scouted. Got a backup left tackle here, not terrible, kind of even across the board. Don't see the upside there. Yeah, just not seeing a lot of great talent in this. So let's look and see if we could trade our final trade of the draft. We'll review offers. We don't want just 6th-round picks for this year. 4th rounder next year from the Ravens. And a 4th rounder from the Cowboys. So who's going to be worse, the Ravens or the Cowboys? I think the Ravens will be worse. They got less to rely on, so we'll take the Ravens pick. And we have no picks remaining, so we will get to the end of this draft and take a look at some players, see what we missed out on. I know that safety in the 1st round was a big miss, but I mean, we got another linebacker which we needed help at, and we got our starting quarterback. We got some help at defensive ends, which we might need, and we pick up some. I think a pretty solid. A pretty solid safety who I think he was a 74 overall, and then 2 really good ends here and a good development safety. So I'm pretty happy with our draft. The Eagles take a corner at 19, 78 overall, only 84 speed, and that's one thing. Like, I really thought this class lacked speed and just lacked really depth. So the safety you missed out was Deontay Grant, went 3 picks before us. Quick development, 22, 5'10", 197. To me, he's more of a free safety than a strong safety, and that's probably what I would have moved him to. So, I mean, yeah, we missed, but I think if you look at our guys, we still got 2 pretty solid. Man, it missed by like that bad of a miss. Center Warren was an 80 overall, so the 49ers getting a really good player. The Giants go middle linebacker, and I think we definitely got the better deal this time. We get a need that they need, and we get our quarterback. So he got 88 speed. Let's look at our guy, who was Marshall, who had 86. Because I did like Ezekiel. I kind of spaced on him, honestly, when I seen the middle linebacker. I mean, he's 24, so we got younger with quick development. We got younger. I mean, they got better development. But, I mean, he's solid, good outside linebacker, really good pass coverage guy. I think we might have the better deal in the long run, as tight ends here just never seem to really get anything going. The Jets take Kondo, a 72 overall with an 11th pick. Like seeing that. But they go and they do snag up Kevin Harrell, who is the other quarterback I was contemplating. He's also star, 21 years old, and I mean, he's still good. Our guys got better awareness. I think our guys got better short and medium, and deep accuracy is about the same, but he's got 4 or 5 plus throw power on our guy, which I'm not too worried about. And then they get a good center here. Lions pick up an 80 overall right tackle. Go back. And they get one of the other quarterbacks who kind of fell. He fell to like the 4th round, it looks like. And, I mean, solid. Not fantastic, but could be Matt Stafford's replacement here. And then Green Bay, I mean, if Moten was on the board, I might have considered taking Moten as our linebacker. I mean, 79 speed, 85 strength. Not amazing. I think he kind of caps out, but he has a really good starting skill set, and he's got star development, so he probably is a good pass rusher for Green Bay and what they fit. So the Patriots pick up a wide receiver. Great, that's all we need. Hulk had an amazing year, and they go and get him an absolute burner at the wide receiver, and Curtis Bennett, 98 speed. Catching can get some work, but everything else is just amazing. So he's going to be a really tough player for us in our division. As the Raiders get a good right tackle, decent outside linebacker kind of with. Rams, not much going for them. The Ravens, another wide receiver trying to help out Lamar Jackson as much as possible. Tight end overall, kind of terrible there. The Redskins kind of miss. The Saints, not great. Like, this just, if you look at the overalls, this is not a great draft class if we got like the top 25. Right tackle there. Free safety, Cooks is really weak, and he was one I almost considered maybe drafting just because I needed safety, but we got a guy later rounds that's just as good. Alice, didn't even look at him. I'm sure he's pretty solid. The Titans, who traded up to take Norwood overall, 77 overall, so I think we got a better deal there. The Vikings get, two great players. They get an 80 overall cornerback and an 81 overall left guard. This was a guy I was hoping he would fall, and he just didn't. Great power, good run blocker, decent. More of a power blocker, not bad at the finesse or pass blocking. Great mauler, so that's really going to help them out up there in Minnesota, where they need O-line help. And they take Raphael Roman, who has 81 speed, quick development, 6'3", 215. That's kind of scary if you put him at 6'3", 215, and he's got 89 throw power and good accuracies with 81 speed. So he might be an interesting player to watch up in Minnesota. Of course, the top guys here, who we take number 1 overall, and then 2 better players in the corner, plus the right tackle. So keep going through here. The Bears get a free safety, not sold on him. And then a decent outside linebacker here for the Bengals. So I think they kind of missed on that. The one that went to Jacksonville was better. The Bills get an 80 overall running back. So 6'2", 226, star development, 88 speed, which is solid. And so we have a new power back because Marshawn Lynch retired to worry about. And then they take Mendoza, who is 6'7". It's got that strong arm, decent accuracy, it's just not the speed of Josh Allen. So we'll have to see what they do up there in Minnesota. And I think the Bucks were who took the other safety. Not great players here for Denver. Savage, who was the other safety I wanted. I really thought Savage was decent. And he went earlier in the round, but he is definitely a box safety with decent coverage. Just slightly better than our guy. The Buccaneers, who took Hudson, who I wanted. 84 speed, 6'4", 22 years old. Better zone coverage, still really good tackling and hit power. So I think we missed out here. I probably would have preferred to have Ray Hudson, but we didn't get him. So we had to continue on. Cardinals kind of whiffing here. Chargers, not a great draft. Like I said, this just to me was not a great draft. Quarterback was the way to go, and it seemed like we were the only team that really needed a quarterback. And then a couple of stars here on the defensive end. Braylon Woods, who, if he was there, I might have taken him. No, I would have taken the middle linebacker probably, just because of what I've seen overall. Cowboys, not a great draft. And then back to us. So there is the draft. I might need to do some rosters adjustments. I'll jump into that and do them real quick. Look at a couple of our players here. We've got our new star quarterback, Reed Winslow, trying to come in and be the man. He's number 28th ranked quarterback coming in here. We're going to have to sign some players. Like, we need another couple running backs. We probably need another tight end or receiver or two. I think we need a new backup guard, left guard, and maybe a right tackle. What is Smith here? We have enough tight ends on the roster. Got enough quarterbacks. Defensively, we might need another backup defensive end over here somewhere. Defensive tackle, maybe one. Need a couple middle linebackers for backups and outside linebackers. We definitely need, well, we don't need safeties. As far as it's going to come down, it's just developing some guys. Like, I think Green's going to get the start over McDonald. Honestly, I'm going to put Coleman as a starter here for now, but that way he can get more playing time in the preseason, and that way he can hopefully get better. Our corners are decent. I like the way they look for now. And, yeah, so we definitely got to pick up some free agents, so we'll go do that right now, and we'll see who we pick up. Yeah, so we got new stars in town. We got quarterback Reed Winslow. So not bad. Definitely a solid quarterback here. And then we improve our run game, hopefully, with a 4-year deal on running back Derrick Henry. We grab Emmanuel Sanders also. And then defensively, we fill out some hopefully new superstars on defense and Tre'Davious Marshall, number 58. I like him as a rookie. Very nice. And then our safety need help here is Teron Kemp. So very nice players. I think we did a decent job addressing some needs. We still got to improve our roster's overall ratings. Not so good. I mean, I wonder if this goes down if we do that. Yeah. So like we have C+, our outsides are B's, C+ here just because he's a rookie. Same here as a C. Our defense is pretty much B's across the board, except for a couple spots safety we're really weak at. And then offensively, I'm definitely not mad here. Will be our right side. I'm sorry, TJ Lang. I like you. I know I signed you, but you're probably gonna be a backup. We'll put Hanson up here, and then Madison will start over here still. Right tackle, we really need some work there. Tight ends are okay. We've got to hope Gesick really takes off with Winslow maybe. And then receivers, decent across the board. Quarterback, we definitely got to upgrade. And running back, we are looking monstrous. So thanks for watching, guys. I greatly appreciate it. And we'll be back next episode with the start of the regular season. So have a great day, and thank you for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next episode.